Hello everybody, my name is Callie from Soulcraft Sisters and this is your new moon reading for the 29th of November 2016. A very warm welcome to everybody, and if you're new here, let me just run through what the concept is here. So this is a new moon, so every new moon is an opportunity to reflect on what we want to focus our attention towards, where we want to let our thoughts and ideas flow, basically. It's a time of new beginnings, of new inspiration, of rebirth, you could even say. So it's like a mini New Year's Eve, basically, where you sort of look ahead for the coming month and weave some consciousness into it, some playfulness, and really connect to this idea that we are constantly creating our own lives. Sometimes I think we forget and we're on autopilot, right? But this is a perfect opportunity to just stop and go, wait a minute, what are my dreams? What are my hopes? And what do I consciously choose to focus on this coming month? What we do now, what I invite you to do, is look at the screen and look at the symbols for the 4 different elements and choose the element that sort of speaks out to you at this time. Let's see what advice is here for you. So have you picked the air element? You get the devil. All right, so the devil is all about becoming conscious of, for example, your attachment to things or people. The devil is also called, or I think of it a bit like the ego card. So what might be clouding your vision at this point, be very aware of that. When we become too focused on our own will and ideas, and we forget to sort of open up and take a compassionate approach to ourselves and to the people we surround ourselves with, that we interact with. It's a fantastic card, actually, because it really tells me that you are ready to look at some of those perhaps limiting beliefs that might have taken control of you, and that is guiding you more than you would like them to, basically. So this is an invitation to really stare some of those beliefs that you feel are sort of hindering you or getting you into trouble with other people, maybe, or not feeling like your best self because you are driven by perhaps desires that keep you in a place of smallness. That's what I want to say here. So really, whenever this crops up, perhaps over the next coming, moon phase here, really take this as an opportunity. Don't be, how can I say, dreadful of it. Really take this as a fantastic opportunity to stare some of these things in the eyes that you've been wanting to, because it wouldn't appear unless you're ready to start to look honestly at some of those things that are perhaps holding you back in a way that you are mentally aware of. But it seems a bit like, how can you use this opportunity to start to create some new behaviors, some new thought patterns? This is not always easy, I have to say, but it's work that is ready to be done, so to speak, because you're ready for it. So fantastic, and you're gonna feel lighter from it. It can be a really big life changer, this one, if you really approach it with a lot of compassion, and again, awareness of it happening is the first thing we can do, and then it will sort of disseminate. Do you say that? Dissolve. Things would just start to dissolve because you're staring at it. You're not running from anything. Yeah, cool, good stuff. All right, so did you choose fire? Then your card is the Queen of Cups. So we had some of these cards last time at the full moon reading. So let's have a look at this Queen of Cups. Yes. Okay, so when we're dealing with the queens and with the cups, we're dealing with intuition, emotion, emotional intelligence, deep-seated compassion for all. So this might be you, or it could be somebody in your life that has these qualities, and you need to figure out why this is coming up for you here and now. But it's all about being emotionally in tune with yourself and with how you connect and interact with others. Probably also being an emotional, how can I say this, friend, like to support, emotional support to the people around you. And it's also a question of being in, sometimes it's not always about words or giving comfort, it's about intuitively knowing when to be that friend in need, and to yourself as well. I mean, we can never have too much compassion in this world. And she is just a reminder of that. And also it's a reminder that this is a strength. We can be mentally strong, analytical, we can be forward moving, we can be forceful even, and that can have a lot of positive things. We can be practical and grounded. But this woman here, this queen, is all about the emotional realm and stepping up and being mature. And it's all, this maturity doesn't sort of come from nothing. It comes from real life experiences. And it's like, now is the time to apply this wisdom, emotional wisdom that you have with yourself and with others around you. Yes. And the dreamy type as well. If you have children out there, you know, support their ideas, their dreams, even if they're not practical, you know. Don't shut things down. Invite playfulness and imagination. Yeah, I don't know where that come from. That just came out of the blue. Okay, so now we move on to water. And that's interesting. Here we have another queen. We have the Queen of Flames here. So although we're talking about queens here, you could be a man watching this. It's about the quality of the queen. So it's intuitive, supportive qualities of the queens. And now here, the Queen of Flames. So we have the sun, the solar power, the energy, a bit like I have here in my face right now, but we have the Queen of Flames, and she is about listening to her passions. She's about going forward intuitively listening to what it is that she's guided towards. So she's more about listening to her passion. She might also be this sensual woman. You know, if you see the Queen of Flames at a party, she'll be the one dancing and you know, probably just sort of being the center of attention. She likes fun and joy and pleasure, and is usually good company, you know. So maybe you want to draw some of this energy and some of these qualities into your life. This might also be a person in your life of importance. Adopt some of these qualities. Have some fun. Whereas the Queen of Cups is more about probably the emotional, the moon type energy. Here we have the solar energy, which is all about exploring your passions and your desires, but in an intuitive fashion, not recklessly. Not recklessly. Okay, and the last one, we have Earth, and here we have the Three of Flames. Three of Flames for Earth. Okay. Okay. So for you guys, it's about marrying practical ideas with a plan of action. So there's something that's ready to be developed. Could be an idea that that's been gestating for a while. And I see this a little bit like, I don't know why, but you see these three beams of light. So I feel a bit like you're looking over this landscape and you're going, okay, first I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to learn something about whatever that is. I might even get to know some people here, and then I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to do whatever, and then I'm going to do this. It's like a 3-step plan, and it's about being open to what you might encounter. These like, so not having a closed idea of what things might be, but like a 3-step plan that's open to input still. And I feel an excitement about this. There's an element of unknown, but it's like I'm setting out and I know these 3 points. I know where I want to go, but I'm going to keep it open what it is that I'll learn and who I'll meet and what that might mean for my future plan. So yeah, so it's like drawing up a rough plan, you could say, with a few fixed points, and then yeah, off you go. That's what wants to come out. That's what I want to say about this card. Of course, for all of you, I invite you all to look at these images and really take from it what your intuition is telling you. What does this mean to you? Maybe pause the video and just really have a look. Let the images, let the symbolism sink in, and allow your own intuition to just run free here. Okay, so that was it for now. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful month ahead. We've got Christmas season, so if you celebrate Christmas, then Merry Christmas. But I'll be in touch again before, because of course we have the full moon coming up halfway, 2 weeks from now. And then we're going to check in with these energies and see where we're at, and perhaps if there's some advice in terms of how can we get back on track, or what can we do more of, etc. Then we'll look at that. So it's like a checking in point at the full moon time. But until then, I hope you have an amazing time thinking about what possibilities you want to invite in at this point in time. And then I will see you either at your own private reading or at the next collective reading. Take care, everybody. Bye.